right, YouTube. We're going to talk about some X-Defiant, the so-called Call of Duty killer. And this is by fans and, just first-person shooter fans. This is not from the company. The company stated, we're not trying to be like Call of Duty. This is nothing like Call of Duty. And they're correct. It's not. There's a little bit of Call of Duty in here, but most games kind of have that, with the ranking up and all that. But this game is more Overwatch mostly, and a few other first-person shooters, some elements, but it's mostly Overwatch. The one game I did not want this to be. I used to be an Overwatch fan. I enjoyed it, and that's because every character had its own ability. Here, you got 3 characters in a faction, and that faction is what you have the 2 different original abilities, and then your character got a original ultra. The ultras are pretty alright, but nothing on Overwatch. Okay, you can't throw out a dragon with your ninja characters. You can't get that awesome sight, one shot with Widowmaker. They try, but I mean, let's face it, hers is not as strong as Widowmaker's. Okay, sometimes that one shot don't even hit right. And to me, even Black Ops 3, that's when you had the one shot female, that was a lot stronger than this. I don't know. I've tried sometimes this one shot, and sometimes I just unload and it's just not connecting. Some of the abilities are too short. Like the ghillie suit is way too short. And yes, you look like Predator walking around, so people do spot you. Regardless, it's not that great. So let's cut down, because like I'm gonna be all over the place, okay? Because this is just fresh thoughts out of my head, and I don't write it out. I don't make a skit. I don't do none of that. This is just fresh as we go. So let's put it this way: is it a good game? Yes. Is it a great game? No. This still needs work. It needs polish. It needs balance. Yes, it needs balance. Okay, this stuff that's out not right. It's not balanced right. It needs more done to it, and I'm pretty sure as it progresses, it'll get there. But who got time for that? I mean, like, this is the reason why I quit Modern Warfare 3 and Modern Warfare 2. Who has the time to get to season 4 or 5 and then it starts getting a little bit better, Who got time for that when it should have been out the gate? We're not beta testers. We're not here from the start to be like, okay, eventually it'll get there. So this game basically has pluses and negatives, okay? It's not in terms of Apex. It's not on terms of Fortnite. There's other first-person shooters out there. What's that, Warframe? Warframe is a little bit better. So what games does this game have over? It is better than Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3. I put it on the books. Okay. Now, yes, I'm a Call of Duty fanboy because I want what Call of Duty has. I wish it'd go back to the OG games, but right now, there's still something about Call of Duty that just has my interest, Yes, it does lose it with the newer editions, but I mean, back then, I used to play from day 1 till the next game drop. And I mean, I put hours, like 12, 14. This times I've done overnights because people like to set up tournaments for themselves, or we get into clan war, So I have some fond memories, but I don't have that with the newer ones, Maybe up to Cold War. But from Vanguard and Modern Warfare 2 and 3, I had none. Modern Warfare 3, I had 0 fun. So, X-Defiant does some things right, some things wrong. The skill-based matchmaking is far superior than Modern Warfare. I mean, any of the past iterations, okay? It's got noobs. It's got some sweats. But I guarantee you, you're not going to be to a point where it's nothing but sweat control rigged like Call of Duty. It's still like Overwatch in some aspects. People will pick the same characters, and I hate that. But one plus I give, you can actually unlock characters to grind. Yes, Modern Warfare 3 did that a little bit, but maybe 2, but I like to grind and unlock things. I want to feel rewarded. So I get the reward for unlocking characters by doing certain objectives. But then there's a lot of stuff that's put behind a paywall. I understand it's a free to play game and it was going to be microtransactions. I understand that with the store. But I really believe the battle pass, the very first battle pass, should have been available for everybody to get them engaged, to get them unlocked, and to have a long-term effect. Yeah, I don't like stuff that you gotta pay up front already so to get there. You know, this is what killed it for DC Multiverse. You know, I didn't want to pay for the battle pass, but I mean, it was a little bit fun. It wasn't no damn Smash Brothers, but it put me in a little bit. I paid for it, and I regretted it. And I don't want to be buying battle passes for this, that, and the other, which is seemed to be the new normal with every game, even stuff that's not supposed to have battle passes. And then I don't feel nothing for it and regret that I spent my so-called money on it. And the way they got set up, you got like $5 for 500 coins. Then you got like 10 for 1,000. But there's nothing in between. For a battle pass is 700, and there's nothing in between to make it there. I wish that I could use some of my Ubisoft's rewards. You know, you get for doing challenges, you get rewarded. I could bring that and use that as currency. No, you can't. So that sucks. If there is, I didn't see it. You know, that will be on me, but I didn't see it. I really dislike the Overwatch theme of it. What I wanted to do was build my character, build my class, and pick my perks. I don't get that. So the stuff I expected to be the basic of the Call of Duty, it's not there. I feel limited and forced to pick something. You know, I don't want to be no faction. I just want to build my character, my class, and my perks. I wanted a ghost setup and whatever little setup they have to remotely have a ghillie suit or, you know, see through things, sonar. I don't feel satisfied. You know, I'm not satisfied with what's out there. I want to make my own stuff, and I'm stuck. Once again, operators. Gosh, I don't want operators. I want to build my own person. Let me get a customization. It's all right if you got some operators, but let me pick my own damn choose your character. That's something I adored from the old Call of Duties. You know, I understand this game ain't no Call of Duty. Alright, so the modes are limited. I'm not happy about. There's no team deathmatch. There is no kill confirmed. There is no. My mind went blank. What's the other one? What was it? Dealing with plant the bomb. My mind went blank. It happens, you know. My mind goes blank. I'll probably remember later down the road. But basically, plant the bomb and all that, and you shoot the other team until you know either you do the objective. But that's the bread and butter I always enjoyed with Call of Duty. That is completely missing. Yes, they got something that's like bounty, but I don't care for that. So I've been on domination nonstop. I'm not too fond of with control, especially if it's a little bit closer to their side all the time. I'm not whatever. What's it? Control or pay. What was the other one? Payload. Well, it's not payload, but it's control or something like that. You know, from Overwatch, and you're pushing the thing. I hate that mode with a passion. Overwatch, it was kind of decent, but here the map system really do much justice, and it's a weak clone of Overwatch, and I hate it. I avoid this at all costs, and if I somehow wind up into it, if I'm in the under 25 level, if I can't back out, I'll just turn the whole damn game off and get into it. You know, I mean, something that really irks me about this game as well as the load times. Here we're on the next gen stuff. PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, and here we got the new SSDs or whatever, and you're not taking what's the point of this if games is just going off long load times and it's not going off the hard drives that's just like to load up? I hate that. Here, older cartridge-based games, GoldenEye, Just like that, and here I am loading. Everything loading. And it's so freaking tedious and long that I lose interest. Backing out, loading. Going some loading. Picking some loading. I hate it. And it's outdated graphics. I'm not a fan of that either, okay? So when you go into these little lobbies and it shows out the map, I don't know what's going on, but for console, it is butt ugly. It doesn't render properly. There's lag, and it just looks really bad. Now, when it gets into the game, it looks pretty good, but I know it's still outdated graphics. There's times when Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 looks a little bit better, but it kind of looks like a slap of an older Call of Duty skin. Here we're in the age, I expect something a little bit better looking. Something that runs more faster, something that's just loading. We'll take a look at the loading for the maps. It doesn't render properly. This looks like Command and Conquer for the PC back in '96. I don't get it. It doesn't look good. And even at times when we're playing the game, this stuff just don't look good. The graphics is just like outdated already. The game engine is outdated. I expected a little bit better, you know, and just I'm let down on that. But regardless, there's still some fun in this game to have. I talked about the modes. I told you domination is the one thing I do enjoy. Unlocking stuff and leveling up is just tedious and horrible. If this was Call of Duty, I'd be in level 40 something. I've been already like 2 days in. I'm level 17. If this was Call of Duty, I'd be level 45, 46 right now. It is so tedious to level your character, to level your weapon. Yes, there's double XP stuff or something like that, but I feel like they really drag this out so you purchase boosts, and I'm not a fan of that. It turns me off quick. I'm losing interest in this game because of it. I mean, once you play, some of these weapons are not really that bad, but I do feel good. The hit detection is better. Skill-based matchmaking is better. But I don't want to be in something that's just a real super ultra long time and it's just rehash of the same map, the same thing I'm playing, and I'm just getting the same amount of XP, you know, and it's just ill. It's so tedious, and my weapon unlock is not that grand. I think I'm level 9 right now of the very first weapon. And then you find out there's other weapons that just shred you through your stuff, like the AK. You get better just outposts, especially 1v1s, you know, with the AK. And then you're like, well let's switch a different weapon. You're back to level 1, and you're like, I don't want to go through this tedious leveling because it's too long. It's far longer than other things. This was my gripe with Modern Warfare 2 with the attachments. It took too freaking long to do. Modern Warfare 3 is somewhat like that as well. It's too long. Like, it is a chore instead of feeling rewarded. So leveling is just not up there to this par. I'm feeling like this is like DC Multiverse for me. I'm losing interest already early on. I don't want to buy the battle pass, and then I just lose complete interest, and then I just got stuff I'm not in there. It's too, even the battle pass is way too long to unlock stuff. X amount of games, and I just unlocked 3 things. I can't choose them because I don't have battle pass, but at the same time, the stuff that's for free ain't really worth it. And you start off with just one skin anyway, and everybody just pick the same characters, and there's no limit in that, you know. At least with Overwatch, afterwards they figured out, and it was like, nah, you can maybe get 2 or 3 people to pick the same person, but we're not gonna have a whole stacked person, you know. That's what killed the control, was it not control, but payload for me, you know. Is that all you have to do is pick the people with the shields. And it's so cheap, you know, because there's some tight spots in that area are not big enough to get around, and everybody just got shields around. Oh, God. I hate that mode on this game so bad. So we talked about that. We talked about leveling. If you want real fun, take crossplay off. Because unfortunately, there's some right now, but it's going to get worse. The PC community have already hacked the game. Yes, there's some right now. It's not as bad, but I mean, you can tell the people when there's wall hacks, they're tracking you through the walls. Um, I understand like the mini map. There's still, it's not like Call of Duty where you can get ghost set up, and yes, there's classes that can see you. But I mean, like when the person all the way on the other side of the map and they know what you're at, and they're just sniping you without a snipe, and it's just a regular ass gun, and it's just locking you. That's trash. Okay, right now it's not that bad, but it's eventually going to get there, and it's just annoying right now, but it's going to get worse. All your little Call of Duty cheats and streamers are going to make this jump over because the anti-cheat over there, Ricochet, is knocking them down. It seems like now they're starting to go against the streamers. Eventually, I think they're going to get rid of the whitelist, but those who are already shadow banned, permaban are making this jump over. It's going to get worse. I don't see how there's already pro teams on this game. Just to start, it's a little bit rough. Like I said, it's going to get polished up a little bit better. I'm just this stuff that turns me off. Them cheaters, like now, like I said, is killing me. Like when it's regular, just turn crossplay off. You will have a lot more fun. Okay. Like I said, there's fun to be had in this game, but there's certain people that may take that joy away when they're just doing questionable stuff. And because there's no kill cam, you can't replay to see what they're doing or how you got killed. And some of that questionable stuff may be legitimate. You don't know. Because there's no kill cam. There's no report button. That leads me to believe there's no anti-cheat whatsoever with this game. Oh, they're going to have a field day with it. So, maps are pretty decent, except they claim there's like 20 something maps, and I keep seeing the same handful once over and over and over again. I'm not a fan of that. I want to see variety. I want to see majority of it. Maybe it'll get fixed, but right now I'm still seeing the same maps. I'm getting a little turned off by it, you know. The maps are fairly decent. There's a little tactical in it, but it's still not tactical. It's still not no real strategic stuff to it. You still feel like you're running till you run into somebody, you know. This, like I said, some maps still look pretty good that you may have like a snap point, but still, it doesn't feel like there's a variety with different weapons meant for certain areas in the map. It still feels like a rat maze. We're gonna put a turn here, turn there, something in the middle, but at least you don't constantly feel like you get killed and you're always someplace you don't want to be, you know. Yeah, at least it's not that tedious, you know, unless you're playing paywall and you're always put far off back, and I hate that. Like I said, there's some things that does good. There's some things that I don't point, but really I have a negative effect because, like I said, I don't want Overwatch anything. The part 2 came out and it just feels like part 1. They're not getting rid of modes. I'm not a fan. One of the aspects about this game was no loot boxes. I would prefer having loot boxes back. You know, it's something that CSGO got. Just up the percentage of getting better stuff, you know. I prefer having loot crates instead of having to pay behind a paywall for whatever, you know. I'm not a fan of it. I hate battle passes. I hate season passes. I hate stores. If I can't earn stuff that's in the game, what's the point? You know, I don't want to keep going to credit card here, there, whatever. I'm not a fan of it. I understand it's free to play, hey, and all that, but hey, Warframe was pretty badass, you know. So overall, it's a good game, but it's not great. Eventually, it may get up there, but I feel forced into stuff, you know, having to pick factions when I don't want to pick factions. I want my own character, my own stuff. So I think I talked about mostly what I wanted to. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Leave some likes, some comments, definitely hit that bell to subscribe, and always enjoy.